COVID-19 is caused by a virus known as SARS-CoV-2, which is a member of the coronavirus family. Coronaviruses are a large family of viruses that can cause illnesses in both animals and humans. The virus is thought to have originated in bats and may have been transmitted to humans through another animal, possibly a pangolin, at a wet market in Wuhan, China, in late 2019. The virus is spread from person to person through respiratory droplets when an infected person talks, coughs, or sneezes. It can also spread by touching a surface contaminated with the virus and then touching one's mouth, nose, or eyes. The virus can cause a range of symptoms, from mild to severe, including fever, cough, and difficulty breathing. In some cases, the infection can lead to severe respiratory illness, pneumonia, and even death. The virus has caused a global pandemic, with millions of people infected and hundreds of thousands of deaths. To prevent the spread of the virus, public health officials have recommended measures such as social distancing, wearing masks, frequent handwashing, and avoiding large gatherings. Vaccines have also been developed and distributed to help prevent infection and reduce the severity of illness. The virus is believed to have originated from bats, but the exact origin is still being studied by scientists. The virus is thought to have been transmitted to humans through an intermediate host, possibly a pangolin, at a seafood market in Wuhan, China in late 2019. The virus spreads from person to person through respiratory droplets that are produced when an infected person talks, coughs, or sneezes. These droplets can enter the body of another person through the nose, mouth, or eyes. It can also be transmitted through touching a surface contaminated with the virus and then touching one's face. Once inside the body, the virus primarily targets cells in the respiratory system, but it can also affect other organs in the body. The virus is known to cause a wide range of symptoms, including fever, cough, shortness of breath, fatigue, loss of taste or smell, and body aches. In some cases, it can lead to severe illness and even death. Scientists believe that SARS-CoV-2 originally came from bats and then jumped to humans, possibly through an intermediate host, such as a pangolin. The virus is thought to have originated in a wet market in Wuhan, China, where live animals were being sold. The exact process by which the virus formed is not fully understood, but it is believed that the virus likely evolved from a bat coronavirus and then underwent genetic changes that allowed it to infect humans. These changes may have occurred through a process called recombination, where genetic material from different viruses mixes together, or through a process called mutation, where the virus develops new variations over time. Once the virus is transmitted to humans, it can spread rapidly through respiratory droplets when an infected person talks, coughs, or sneezes. It can also be transmitted through contact with surfaces contaminated with the virus. COVID-19 can cause a range of symptoms, from mild flu-like symptoms to severe respiratory illness, and it can be fatal in some cases, particularly among elderly individuals or those with underlying health conditions. The exact origins of SARS-CoV-2 are still under investigation, but it is believed to have originated from animals, specifically bats. The virus likely jumped from bats to an intermediate host, possibly pangolins, before being transmitted to humans. The virus spreads through respiratory droplets when an infected person talks, coughs, or sneezes. It can also spread through contact with contaminated surfaces or objects. Once inside the body, the virus enters cells and replicates, leading to symptoms such as fever, cough, and difficulty breathing. COVID-19 has caused a global pandemic, affecting millions of people worldwide and leading to widespread illness, death, and economic disruption. The exact origin of SARS-CoV-2 is still under investigation, but it is believed to have originated in bats and then transmitted to humans, possibly through an intermediate animal host. The first known cases of COVID-19 were reported in Wuhan, China, in December 2019. The virus is spread through respiratory droplets when an infected person talks, coughs, or sneezes. It can also spread by touching a surface contaminated with the virus and then touching the face or mouth. COVID-19 can cause a range of symptoms, from mild to severe, including fever, cough, and difficulty breathing. It can also be asymptomatic, meaning a person can be infected and spread the virus without showing any symptoms. COVID-19 has had a significant impact on global health and economies, leading to widespread public health measures such as social distancing, wearing masks, and vaccination campaigns to help control its spread. The virus belongs to the family of viruses known as coronaviridae, which also includes viruses responsible for illnesses such as the common cold, severe acute respiratory syndrome, SARS, and Middle East Respiratory Syndrome, MERS. SARS-CoV-2 is believed to have originated in bats and was transmitted to humans through an intermediate host, possibly a pangolin, at a wet market in Wuhan, China, in late 2019. The virus spreads through respiratory droplets when an infected person coughs, sneezes, or talks, and these droplets are inhaled by others who are in close proximity to them. The virus can also spread by touching a surface contaminated with the virus and then touching one's mouth, nose, or eyes. Once inside the body, the virus attacks the respiratory system, binding to ACE2 receptors on the surface of cells in the lungs and other organs. This can lead to inflammation and damage to the lungs, which can cause severe respiratory symptoms and potentially fatal complications in some cases. The exact origin of the virus is not fully understood, but it is believed to have originated from bats and possibly passed to humans through another animal intermediary, such as a pangolin. The virus is thought to have first emerged in a seafood market in Wuhan, China, in late 2019. The virus is spread through respiratory droplets when an infected person talks, coughs, or sneezes, and another person inhales those droplets. The virus can also spread by touching a surface contaminated with the virus and then touching one's mouth, nose, or eyes. Once the virus enters a person's body, it binds to cells in the respiratory tract and uses them to replicate, causing an infection that can range from mild to severe, and in some cases, can be fatal. The symptoms of COVID-19 can include fever, cough, shortness of breath, fatigue, muscle or body aches, headache, loss of taste or smell, sore throat, congestion or runny nose, nausea or vomiting, and diarrhea.